So I had talked in a previous video about meeting my relatives in Mississippi. Joe Yoder and his wife was my fourth or fifth cousin. Well, we got to another Amish farm down there that was selling stuff, and their name was Gingrich. I don't know what their first name was. I never asked. But the girl in there, we walked in and we started speaking English to her. She was probably like 16 to 18, somewhere in there. And I held up a string of beads that they make for like babies and stuff to play with. And I said, "What do you call this in your language?" She's like, I can't think. And I said, "Putra?" She's like, "Yeah, that's it." I'm like, "Yeah, this is in puddle. That's what we would call it, in puddle." I don't know why a string of beads was called a puddle. Multiple ones were called putra. That was something a lot of kids played with during church. So I told her my name, and my last name. And then she went into the house to get change for my friend who was buying some soap or candles or something. And when she came out with the change, she didn't come out. It was her mom that came out. She said, "I heard there was somebody here with your last name, and my curiosity got the better of me." She just had to come out and see. She said, "I am related to people with that name." I said, "Is your sister Mrs. Joe Yoder, Anna?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, we just talked to her." She said that she doesn't have a family history book, but all her sisters do. Does that mean you have one? She said, "Yeah." So she had her daughter bring it out, and I gave her my mom and dad's address so she could write them a letter and ask them about it. And I also looked in the family history book. Their first ancestor in that family history book, his name was Enos, and he was born in 1892. My grandpa was born in 1915, and that would have been his uncle. Now, they did not go any further back in the family history, or they would have had my grandpa's grandparents, in there as well. But what they did is their family history starts from the first Amish, or the first person in their family to join the Schwarzentuber Amish. Schwarzentubers were founded in 1920, and that is when their family history begins. It's kind of interesting that they don't acknowledge any of the family in their family history book outside of the Schwarzentuber Amish. God bless y'all. Much love. And we did stop back by Joe Yoder's house and talk to Anna and tell her this, that her ancestor was my grandpa's uncle. Her first ancestor in the book was my grandpa's uncle. God bless y'all. Much love.